So to begin, we're going to start with progressive marches just to warm up our balance. So progressive marches, I like having people start with their feet hip width apart. And then a progressive march, how I like to have it go with people, is by shifting weight side to side to begin. Okay, so very gentle, very subtle. Seems kind of silly, but this subtlety in your movement is still challenging your balance and will work your center of gravity, just shifting side to side. Again, we're just warming ourselves up here for a little bit more intense stuff in just a second. Okay, from there, we can kind of come off our toe for a little bit. So maybe bringing the foot off the ground a tiny bit. Again, we're being deliberate here. We're being slow and deliberate through the entire movement. We're not rushing anything. We really want to feel our body in space. We want to feel it move side to side. And we want to let our body give us some time to actually get used to that balance work. So side to side here, nice and careful. We'll go ahead and bump up a little bit higher now. So the next progression of the march I like to do is coming up to about my shin level. It's kind of the next variation. Same concept though. We're not rushing this at all. We're trying to be deliberate, feeling our body shift, letting our legs get some good work, and also feeling that shift side to side. About 10 seconds here. Nice and carefully. Very good. All right, the hardest variation, we're going to hold with our leg parallel to the ground for a second at the top before slowly coming back down, okay? Up, slowly down. Up, slowly down. If you can't quite get your thigh parallel to the ground, that's okay. Bring it up as high as you can before bringing it back down, and just have that be your point that you're reaching towards, okay? Up, down, up, down. All right, good. Take a little break. We're going to bring our feet together now, and this is going to narrow our base a little bit. We're going to try to bring our leg up to the highest variation we could do with that march again, okay? So you'll notice, though, once you keep them together, it's going to make it a little more unstable throughout the whole movement. So go ahead and keep your hand near that chair in case you do need it, but actively force your legs to almost stay glued together, okay? That's what you're trying to think of doing when you're doing this variation. Knee up as high as you can. Same thing here, about 15 seconds. Try to get that guy up as high as actively possible. Nice and carefully. 5 more seconds. Hang on tight. Very nice. Okay. Last variation of our balance marches we're going to do is our eyes closed variation. So what I want you to do, we're not going to be lifting our leg up as high as we did before, but we are still going to kind of shift our weight side to side, but with our eyes closed, okay? So you can kind of watch me first, have my eyes closed, right? My feet are together, and then I'm going to shift side to side, and while taking out that visual component, your body's going to have to rely a lot more on its ability to feel the ground, okay? So this shouldn't feel too tricky. It should feel a little unstable, a little unsteady. That's a good point to be in. Again, we're not trying to kill ourselves when it comes to balance. We're trying to just get a little bit out of our comfort zone here. This is a great way to do it. So hang tight with me here. We got about 20 seconds on this variation. If you start feeling comfortable, feel free to lift your knee up a little bit more. Lift that leg up. Obviously, the higher you go, the more challenging it'll be, but you can sit tight. Don't overthink. Good. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Very nice. We'll go ahead and grab that can or bottle, and you're going to place it in front of you. I'd say probably about half of a foot, maybe a foot or so. And the first exercise we're going to do with this is a simple toe tap, okay? So I say simple. It's not as simple as it'll look, but you're essentially going to come up, touch the top of that, and then come down. And then you're going to alternate and reach to the other side, okay? So same thing, back and forth. We're going to sit tight on this drill for about 30 seconds, lightly tapping. You'll notice if you don't lightly tap, the can will tell you because it will knock over. So this takes a lot of stability and strength with your legs, but also you got to have really good fine motor skills to just tap the top of that can. If you want to really challenge yourself, you can even look straight ahead and try to do it. That's kind of an upgraded version as well. Ultimately, though, it's a good place to start with that can. Good. 10 more seconds here. See if you can get a couple more taps. Being deliberate, being slow. Trying to knock that guy over. All right, go ahead and finish up on that drill. What we're going to do now is a same variation, but instead of touching the top of it, you're going to tap the side of it. This is going to be potentially a little bit harder because you don't have the weight of gravity pushing down with the can. So same concept, alternating both legs, tapping the side of it just a tiny bit, just so you could see it move, and then repeating on the other side. Nice and carefully. Nice and carefully. Good. 10 more seconds on this drill. Looking good, everyone. Sounding good. All right, go ahead and finish up on that side. This next one, you're going to want to bring that can a little bit closer to you from where it was. So you almost want to maybe even have it like right by your toes. And we're going to do what I call circles or swishes or whatever you want to call it. So basically, you're going to take one foot, bring it around the can, and then you're going to repeat with the other side, okay? So you're just doing a light circle around, just kind of outlining it, and then doing it with the other side, same concept, okay? So you're obviously not trying to touch the can. That's one aspect of it. But then you have to bend your leg a little bit to get down far enough to actually reach around that can. So you're getting a little bit of leg strength in this too, right? Same thing as last time. 30 seconds on this variation. Give it your best shot. Looking good, everyone. 15 more seconds. Nice and slow. Nice and careful. Very nice. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and now we'll all place the can to our right. And when I say place it to the right, I mean literally directly to your right. You want it to be basically to the side of you. You can make this easier on you and have it kind of in front of you and to the right. You want your, basically the middle of your foot kind of cutting it in half, okay? So pretty close directly to the side. Same concept as the last time. You're going to tap the top of that, slowly come back down, touch the top of it, slowly come back down, okay? The further it is directly to your side instead of in front of you, the harder this is going to be. So if you do need to shift it up a little bit to make it a little bit easier, that's totally okay. You can also shift your body as well. Either of those variations are going to be totally okay. Good. All right. Go ahead and shift that can over to the opposite side. Same concept. We're going to sit 30 seconds strong here, touching the top of that can or bottle, whichever variation you chose for yourself, and then slowly back down. Looking good. 10 more seconds. Maybe a little less for some. All right, go ahead and finish on that one. Now you are going to start, actually, it doesn't really matter. You're going to have it towards one side. Make sure you have enough space, though, to go up and over it, because that's exactly what we're going to do, okay? So you need to kind of have that chair farther enough away so you won't accidentally bump into it. Basically, this is going to be a side-to-side hurdle. Really try your best to be consciously aware that you are actively reaching up and over, okay? So you want to not cheat this and just go around the side, which you easily can. And I suppose I'm not going to hold it against you if you do. Just might have a talking after class. 10 seconds here. Moving back and forth. Getting that good strength. All right. Here's where it gets fun. We're going to do that same thing, but we're going to do it for quickness now, just like we did a little bit earlier. 10 seconds over and back as fast as you comfortably can. Okay, we don't want to harm ourselves, right? Go as fast as you comfortably can, whatever that looks like for you. Back and forth, a little bit of challenge. Try your best to avoid that can. Good, looking good, and break. Very nice. Looking good, everyone. All right, so the last drill we're going to do with the can today is going to be what I call single leg RDL. So what we'll do with this one is place it on our chair, and then we're going to do one leg at a time. You can start with either one. We'll use both. And then on that one leg, you're going to gently lean down. You're going to push that other leg back, pick up the can, stand up tall, and then you're going to bend down, put the can back down, okay? You're trying to not hold on to something, ideally, but if you do need that chair for assistance, feel free, no shame at all. Trying to get about 10 seconds on, 10 repetitions on that one leg. Good, nice and controlled here. Again, if you do need that assistance, no biggie. Good. About 10 more seconds here. Try your best. Just hinging at your hip or bending at the hip. That's what you're thinking about. Very nice. Go ahead and switch legs to the opposite side. Same exact exercise, just making sure we get equal balance work as we reach down and up. Nice and controlled here. We're halfway home on these RDLs. 15 more seconds. Nice and controlled. 5 more seconds. Good, and relax. Very nice, everyone. So you can either put the can on the ground, leave it there for a second. We're going to do a little bit of a cool down, and then get you all on your way. So first exercise is going to be in our split stance position. So you're going to take a large step forward. Your front knee is going to be bent just a tiny bit. Your back heel will be planted into the ground, keeping your body nice and straight in position. And then you're going to gently push your front knee forward, nice and carefully out of this position. We're going to hang tight for a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. You can go ahead and slowly come up out of that side. Repeat on the other leg. So big step forward. Step 1. Step 2, back heel firmly in the ground. Both toes ideally pointed forward. Pushing your front knee forward while keeping that back heel in the ground. And we're hanging tight, getting a good stretch on our calf here. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Very nice. Go ahead and take your leg, and if you need assistance to get up there, that's okay. Otherwise, just try to get up onto the top of that chair to your best of your abilities. And we're going to do a little bit of knee strengthening and knee flexibility work. So basically, you're going to take a little bit of a step back, or you can just move that chair forward. And you're going to gently push your knee forward as far as it can go to where it starts to feel a little uncomfortable. Then you're going to ease out of it, okay? So good flexibility work for your hip flexor here, and also getting some just a little bit of light mobility and strength through that knee as well. So pushing that guy forward, trying to keep your body upright the entire time. Nice and controlled. Up. Good. This is a really good one to do at home too, especially if you have a lower object that gets it a little bit easier for you to get into. Good. Let's do one more all together. Very nice. We'll go ahead and rinse and repeat on the other side. You might notice that one side's slightly more difficult or doesn't move or cooperate quite as well as the other. If that's the case, don't try to force it into position. Just let it go as far as it will naturally go. And then over time, as you do more repetitions of this, it will hopefully loosen up a little bit more for you. But don't force it where it doesn't feel like it wants to not go. Go with what your body's giving you today. Go as far as you can. Then gently ease and lean out of it. Good. Finish one more repetition wherever you're at. Very nice. We'll go ahead and move behind our chair now. You'll place your hands directly on the back of your chair. Take a couple big steps back from the back of the chair. Then you can gently push your butt back. Gently push your head down. And let your shoulders relax. Let your body relax. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Very nice. You can look up now. Hands to the side. Try to bring them up to the side as high as you comfortably can. As much as you can. We're going to hold for a second at the top, feeling as much length through our body as possible, letting our arms get pulled up to the sky as we take a big breath in. Big breath out, gently down, nice and carefully. And we are all finished for the day. Good work.